Hello, hello, married people. Welcome to another episode of Keeping Your Marriage Hot and Holy. I am your love coach, Chara Taylor, and I want to thank you so very much for continuing to follow this podcast and for all of your support. And I want to say Merry Christmas. We're coming up on Christmas. I hope that you've gotten your shopping done and that you're relaxing and that you're doing family fun things. But more importantly than that, I hope you have gotten your spouse's gifts out the way and you have gotten something that is related to investing in the sex for your marriage. Yep, you know I'm going to talk about it, okay? That's what I do. It's who I am. If you have not, you can connect with me and I can help you get something that can get to you pretty quickly so that you can have something that will enhance y'all's sex for Christmas and for the upcoming year. Okay, anyways, so I wanted to come on today and talk about something not as exciting, but it's gonna be helpful. Okay, I want to talk about these hard conversations. We need to have hard conversations in our marriages. Hard conversations are inevitable, but they can be healthy for sex and marriage. And when we talk about sex and marriage, we tend not to talk about sex. And so, yep, I said it and it makes absolutely no sense because we don't talk about sex. We complain about not enjoying it and we complain about not wanting to do it. And we allow the enemy to come in and take our desires and have us focusing on folks that have absolutely nothing to do with our marriage. But we refuse to talk to our spouses about sex. And I want us to break that. I'm praying that we can break that and that we can begin to talk to each other. And, I think you should schedule some time to sit down and have these hard conversations. But before you do that, you're going to have to first be delivered from a spirit of offense, and you're going to have to be delivered from a spirit of rejection and you're going to need to be healed in some areas. So I want you to work on those things because some things that your spouse needs to say to you and some things you need to say to your spouse are going to be hard to hear, but you need to hear them. Otherwise, how are you going to make a change so that things are beneficial, so that things are great, so that you're enjoying each other? I hate that we think that we can read each other's minds, and then we just get mad when things are not happening that we desire and things that we want. And we can get rid of all of that if we just have some conversations and some discussions. And so some things that we can discuss and should discuss when we're talking about sex and marriage, we should be discussing things like our sexual dislikes. You should have a conversation and talk to your spouse about the things that you do not like when it comes to sex and things that you do not like. Oh, I won't say overall, but you know what? I like it when you wear this, or I like it when your hair is like this, or I like it when you touch me here. I like it when you touch me there. And talk about your sexual pleasures. So talking about your sexual dislikes and your sexual pleasures is extremely important. If you don't say anything, how do you expect your spouse to know? And how do you expect them to fulfill it? How can they fulfill something they have absolutely no idea about? One of the things I love about God's word is he tells us to make our requests made known unto him. God already knows what our desires are. He already knows what it is we want. He already knows what it is we need. But he's asking us to make our requests known to him. So if God is asking us to make our requests known to him, why is it hard for us to understand that we need to make our requests known to our spouses as well? And not in a way that's demanding or critical or anything like that. Just simply use I statements. Me and my husband did a 3-month series on marriage for our church. And one of the months we just talked about communication and we were teaching couples how to use I statements. And we use this same exercise and the same teaching when we do marriage counseling. And we can learn from just using I statements. I like this. I dislike that. Not, well, you don't turn me on and you do this and you do that. No. That causes offense and that causes rejection. But to say it from a place of I like to be touched like this. I like when this happens. I dislike this. I dislike that. Then that gives your spouse's mind an opportunity to think in a different processing manner other than to coming to the defense. Because if you go in with the you do this and when you do that and when you do this, then they're going to be defensive, okay? Because they've been offended. So talk about your sexual dislikes. Talk about your sexual pleasures, the things that you would like to have happen. Also, talk about your sexual fantasies. Yeah, I'm talking about fantasies, not including another gender or anything like that. But talk about some sexual fantasies. Have you fantasized about having sex in the shower? Have you fantasized about, anything? Whatever it is that you fantasized about, have that conversation and be open to listen, okay? Don't think that just because your spouse is having a sexual fantasy, it means that they're in lust or it means that they're thinking about somebody else. No, they're just having a sexual fantasy. And it doesn't have to be demonic and it doesn't have to be dirty. You guys should take some time to talk about these things, okay? Here's something that we have to discuss, and we really don't like to. We really have to discuss our body image and the challenges that we're facing there. If you're struggling with your body image, then you need to talk to your spouse and express that. Because if you're allowing your body image and what you think of your own body stopping you from being free and stopping you from enjoying sex, then you're being a stumbling block to your spouse and they could think that something is wrong with them. So it's important to have these conversations about my body image, I'm working on this, and allow them to build you up. It may be a perfect opportunity to build you up and they didn't even know that they needed to build you up in this area. And here's another thing. If your spouse has to tell you or you need to say to your spouse, you know what, I'm concerned about your health. I'm concerned about your body image. This right here used to work, this right. How can I help you? Can we work together? Can we work out together? Can we change our eating habits? You need to have those conversations. Not in a way of, you know what, you disgust me, you turn me off. No, that's not how we have those conversations. It is, I'm concerned and I would like for us to really be enjoy and to be healthy and those different things. But these conversations, they're hard, but they're inevitable and they absolutely have to happen. And then you guys have to talk about health challenges because as we get older, we're going to experience some health challenges. And even if it's not that, then the enemy is going to attack us in our bodies. And so we need to be able to talk about these things. Talk about what's going on in your health. Talk about what you're feeling in your body. See if you guys can talk about these things together and talk about how you can get some resolve and even pray. Okay. And that's something else that I really want to hit on quickly is when was the last time you actually prayed together about your marriage, or not even together? When was the last time you prayed about sex in your marriage? When was the last time you asked God to let the sex be so amazing that you crave each other, or to be in the midst of it and to touch your bodies, that your bodies are functioning to the full capacity for which they were created? And when was the last time you lifted up sex to our Father? We talk to him about absolutely everything, but we forget to talk to him about sex. And you know what? He created it. He designed it. What makes you think he doesn't want us to talk to him about it? Yes, I'm encouraging you. Lift it up. Anoint your bodies. Anoint your bodies, okay? Anoint them bodies and talk to God about it and talk to your spouse about what it is you like, what it is you dislike, what it is you would like to try, what it is you don't want to do anymore, and some challenges and some concerns that you have. This can awaken some love and help you have a hot and holy marriage and bring some spark in places where sparks have died. I hope that's been very helpful for you as you are preparing for Christmas. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Keeping Your Marriage Hot and Holy. And I want to encourage you, go ahead and check out our website. We are having a retreat in 2022 in September, and it's going to be in St. Louis, Missouri. And we want to invite you to be with us. We have a few spots remaining open. And once all the spots are filled, then we will shut down registration. But there's a few more spots available. And if you're enjoying the podcast, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, then contact us and connect with us outside of the podcast on social media outlets like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. We're in those places right now. We're also on LinkedIn. So you can contact us and connect with us. Our website is www.teamtaylorministries.com. And if you would like to talk about different things that you can bring into your bedroom and for some accessories, I would love to talk to you. Or you can visit my website at www.keepithotandholy.com. That's keepithotandholy.com. I look forward to talking to you next time. And whatever it is you're doing, make sure that you're keeping it hot and holy. All right, guys, have a good one.